You got the raise. Maybe it was 3,000, maybe 5. Maybe you'd been waiting on it for over a year, rehearsing that conversation in the shower, building a case in your head while you drove to work every morning, and then it happened. Your manager said yes. HR sent the letter. The next paycheck hit a little different. You felt it for about 2 weeks. Then, something strange happened. Life got more expensive at exactly the same rate. The apartment you were fine with suddenly felt small. The car you'd been driving suddenly felt old. The restaurants you used to skip started showing up in your weekend plans. Not because you decided to upgrade, it's more like you drifted there. And by month 3, you were checking your account balance with the same quiet anxiety you had before the raise ever happened. If that sounds familiar, this video is for you. Because today, we're going to talk about one of the most invisible traps in personal finance. It doesn't look like a trap, it feels like progress, and that's exactly why it works. Let me introduce you to 2 people. Maya is 26. She works as an administrative coordinator at a mid-sized company. She makes $55,000 a year. She's good at her job, not obsessed with it. She goes out with friends on weekends, watches too much reality TV, and has a plant on her desk she somehow kept alive for 2 years. Alex is also 26. Same title, different company. Also makes $55,000. He plays pickup basketball on Thursdays, streams movies most nights, and is generally the guy people call when they need help moving a couch. They're not financial geniuses. They're not trust fund kids. They didn't read some life-changing book at 15. They're just 2 normal people doing their best. Now here's what matters. Over the next 5 years, both of them are going to get raises. Good ones. The kind most people would be grateful for. And at the end of those 5 years, one of them is going to have over $40,000 saved and invested. The other is going to have almost nothing. Same starting salary, same city, same cost of living. So what happened? Year 1. Both Maya and Alex get their first real raise, $3,000 more per year. That's about $250 extra per month before taxes, roughly $170 after. Alex feels that bump right away. He'd been wanting to upgrade his phone plan for months. He adds a streaming service he'd been borrowing from a friend. He starts ordering lunch instead of packing it twice a week. Nothing crazy, nothing reckless, just small adjustments that feel earned. And honestly, they are earned. That's what makes this so tricky. Nobody does anything wrong here. Alex didn't blow his money on something stupid. He just absorbed the raise into his lifestyle, the way water fills whatever container you pour it into. Maya gets the same raise. She notices it, feels good about it, and then does something small. She sets up an automatic transfer. $120 a month moves to a separate account before she sees it. The rest stays in checking. She barely notices the difference. That's it. That's the whole divergence. No spreadsheet, no sacrifice, no dramatic moment of financial awakening. Just one automatic transfer that takes about 4 minutes to set up. Year 2. Both get another raise. Alex moves to a nicer apartment. Not extravagant, just $400 more a month. Better neighborhood, in-unit laundry, a gym in the building. He tells himself it's worth it. And in a lot of ways, it is. Quality of life matters. But here's the thing nobody talks about. That $400 a month is $4,800 a year. Over 10 years, invested modestly, that's over $60,000. Alex didn't lose $60,000. He traded it for a nicer apartment. That's a real trade-off. It's just one he never consciously made. Maya stays in her apartment, not because she's suffering, not because she's grinding. She just asks herself a question that Alex never thinks to ask. Does this raise need to change how I live? And most of the time, the answer is no. So she bumps her automatic transfer by another $50. Her day-to-day doesn't change. Her future self quietly thanks her. Year 3. Alex finances a new car. The monthly payment is manageable, sure, but it's another $280 a month that used to be free. He's now earning more than he ever has, and he has less flexibility than when he started. This is the pattern, and it has a name. Economists call it lifestyle inflation. But I think that term is too clinical for what it actually feels like. Because it doesn't feel like inflation. It feels like keeping up. It feels like finally being comfortable. It feels like what you're supposed to do when you earn more. And that's the trap. 5 years in. Maya now earns $68,000. Alex earns $67,000. Virtually identical. Alex has a nice apartment, a financed car, better clothes, a couple of subscriptions he forgot he signed up for, and about $1,400 in savings. He's not in crisis. He's not drowning. He's just exactly where he was, earning more, but standing still. Maya has the same car she started with. She still lives in a one-bedroom that's fine, but not fancy. Her wardrobe didn't change much. But she has $42,000 saved and invested. She has an emergency fund that could carry her for 5 months. She has options. Not freedom, not yet, but options. The kind of options that let you say no to a bad boss. The kind that let you take a week off without doing math in your head. The kind that let you breathe a little easier when the car makes a weird noise. And the distance between them? It wasn't created by a massive salary gap or some genius investment. It was created by the raises, the very thing that was supposed to help them both. Now here's what I need you to hear, because this is the part most finance content gets wrong. Alex is not the villain of this story. Alex didn't fail. Alex was never taught. Nobody sat him down and said, "Hey, when your income goes up, your expenses will try to follow." That's not a willpower thing. That's how consumer economies are designed. Every ad you see, every algorithm that serves you a product, every friend who just upgraded something is part of a system that's designed to make earning more feel exactly like spending more. This is not a discipline gap. It's a knowledge gap. And the good news about knowledge gaps is that they close the moment you see them. You don't have to be Maya. You don't have to live like nothing changed. You just have to know the game before you play it. So let's break this down, because understanding the trap is only useful if you know what to do instead. Step 1. Earn. You're probably already doing this. You go to work, you build skills, you negotiate when you can. The earning part isn't the problem. Most people I talk to are doing fine here. They're just confused about why earning more doesn't feel like having more, and now you know why. Step 2. Keep. This is where the real work happens, and it's simpler than you think. The next time you get a raise, before you feel it, before it even hits your checking account, take at least half of it and redirect it somewhere you don't see it every day. A savings account, a brokerage account, a retirement contribution increase. It doesn't matter where, as long as it's automatic and it's out of your daily sight. Why half? Because you still deserve to enjoy the raise. This isn't about punishment. This is about splitting the reward between the you who exists today and the you who's going to exist in 10 years. Both versions of you earned it. Step 3. Grow. This is where time does the heavy lifting. If Maya's $42,000 keeps growing at a modest 7% average return, she could cross $100,000 within another 5 or 6 years without adding another dollar. That's compound interest. It's not exciting, it's not flashy. It's just math that happens quietly in the background while you live your life. And here's the part that surprises people. You don't need to earn 6 figures for this to work. You don't need a finance degree. You don't even need to be good with money. You just need one rule. When your income rises, your savings rate rises first. Everything after that is just patience. There's one more thing I want to leave you with, because it's the part that's hard to see from the outside. Maya's life doesn't look more impressive than Alex's. If you passed them both on the street, you'd never know who had money saved and who didn't. That's the thing about real financial progress. It's invisible. It doesn't show up in your wardrobe or your car or your apartment. It shows up in how you sleep at night. It shows up in the moments where something breaks and you don't panic. It shows up in the quiet confidence of having a cushion between you and the next emergency. Alex's upgrades are visible. Maya's upgrades are internal. And the world is set up to reward the visible kind. Social media, advertising, even the people around you will celebrate what they can see. Nobody throws a party when you hit 20,000 in savings, but someone will definitely notice your new car. Knowing that is part of the game, because once you see it, you can choose which version of progress you're playing for. I'm not going to tell you to stop enjoying your life. I'm not going to tell you that every latte is a crime against your future. That's not what this is. What I am going to tell you is this. The next raise you get is going to feel like an invitation to expand, to upgrade, to treat yourself. And you should, a little. But before you do, take 4 minutes. Set up one automatic transfer, just one. Let half of that raise disappear into a place where it can grow. You'll forget about it in a week. And 5 years from now, you'll be glad you did. Progress doesn't have to be dramatic. It just has to be consistent. And if nobody ever told you how this game works before now, it's not your fault. But now you know. Next time, we're going to talk about something that quietly eats more of your money than almost anything else. And most people don't even know they're paying it. I'll see you there.